Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to Sheffield United. I apologise for there being no episode yesterday on Thursday, but it's here today on Friday. I just had a rough go of things on Wednesday, which is when I would normally record, so everything's a day late. Do apologise. If you're watching on the playlist, this won't have affected you at all, of course. So thank you. If you haven't followed already, please do so. Subscribe. It's YouTube. I know how these things work. Now, I was about to barrel through this first leg of the Champions League tie with Porto. The Carabao Cup, annoyingly, popped in directly after this. I thought it was going to be in February sometime. It's the very beginning of March, which is super irritating because it's gone alongside this Porto leg. I'm just going to go into it. I'm going to bring you the goals from this. I want the focus on this to be the Carabao Cup final. We didn't mess things up against Man City, by the way. We actually won 3-0. One fascinating thing to note, just real briefly, is Berge and Brozovic no longer hate each other. But there's far too many people on a yellow card warning for me to start all three of them. So it's full strength for this first leg. Like I say, bringing the goals, focus on the Carabao Cup final. We're at the end of the game. Marshall scored just before half-time, but this overlay thing, you can see on the right, which has gone over Brozovic. I got distracted by it. Esposito scored. There you are. There's one goal for you. Yeah, this overlay thing from the skin really distracted me during Marshall's goal and basically ruined any commentary during it. I do apologise for that. But you get to see one sort of live there, actually. So, Brozovic, most of our team have been booked, by the way, so it was a very good job. I didn't start all the ones that could miss this match. Neymar's injured. I think Calvert-Lewin might be injured as well. It didn't have an injury button, but he went straight down to red at one point. Had to make 2 changes at half-time. Maddison's had a poor game, despite being 2-0 as well. But I've run out of substitutions. I can't change everyone. Porto started with Mahrez and Chris Smalling on the bench, by the way. A lot of bookings in that game. Good God. Is the ref all right? Gave a booking for every 2 fouls, pretty much. Neymar's out for the final, although sprained wrist ligaments. Hang on a second. 12 days and 2 weeks. 28th of February. I've accidentally rubbed the first word off, but surely not. Oh, I should just mention, Newcastle in the FA Cup 5th round, though. If they got to the Carabao Cup final, we would have played them back-to-back in cup competitions. Manchester United did triumph in the second leg against Newcastle. It was 4-3. They put up a fight, but Solskjaer did lose, unfortunately. And that's a weird signing. 27 years old, he's gone to China. So despite the fact that we have won the Premier League and the FA Cup already in this particular save, it's the first Carabao Cup final for Sheffield United. Full stop. Current holders are Frank Lampard's Chelsea, who also got the FA Cup last year, I think. It's just dawned on me, I haven't caught you up on the games in between. It is a string of wins, in fact. West Brom 5-1, Leicester 4-1, Newcastle 2-0, Burnley 2-1 in the league side of things. Been Dominic Calvert-Lewin's time to shine, scoring in all 4 of those league games. Reading dealt with in the FA Cup 4th round, obviously we're in the 5th round, and Man City, as I said, 3-0 there. Marshall with 2, Maddison with 1 late on. It's 7-0 aggregate against Manchester City. It's taken me surprised, that particular result, especially as we did lose to them in the league, actually, as well, 3-1. And just to briefly show you the table, Liverpool's still 8 points ahead. I think that was the situation last time I showed you this, but we do have a game in hand now. I think they lost to Chelsea at some point in the meantime, which is the reason why we're now 3 points nearer. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin, top of the average ratings. Neymar, second in the assist list. Marshall, 3rd in the goal list. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's about 7th as well. But even so, I think the title might be out of reach. I think this might be Liverpool's title this year. They are a reasonable distance ahead, and we actually play more big sides than they do in the remaining games. We've got Tottenham, we've got Manchester City, I think it is, and Liverpool themselves at some stage. They've only got Manchester City, and that's it. We basically play the same set of teams, but they're like one ahead of us, 1 or 2 ahead of us in the schedule list. So we play very similar teams, but we just have Tottenham on the final day, and that's basically the main difference. I'd argue neither of us have particularly unkind run-ins at this stage, but we do play each other, and that's probably going to be the crucial game. And in fact, I said it's Dominic Calvert-Lewin's time to shine, Player of the Month. Of course, we're not super far away from New Gen Day or Regen Day, or whichever one you prefer to use the title of, but at this stage, very unlikely anyone who comes through is going to be seen in this series. I am obviously thinking ahead now at this stage. If you've got any ideas for saves I can do following this one, I've got an idea already. I would like a save ideally that will see me through to the next one, but I'm not against doing a couple of shorter saves on the YouTube side of things. Obviously, I've got a long one over on Twitch. If you're not on me on Twitch, the link's below. Follow, all that jazz over there, please. And while I'm at it, like and subscribe here as well. I don't say it often enough, really. But if you, like I said recently, actually, if you're this far into the series and you've not liked and subscribed, what are you doing? I appreciate you being here, but what are you doing? Anyway, this is all just preamble for the big event. Here we are, Sheffield United versus Manchester United. We'll say do everything that they suggest there. I'm likely going to make some of these changes as well. That's a lot of people who might not be available for the next Carabao Cup match next year. But essentially, the lineup is the same as that Porto lineup. I've just undone the one change to protect the yellow cards, which is bring Burge back into that ball-winning midfielder role over Scott McTominay, who is on the bench against his former side. It's weird that Scott McTominay features more than Harry Maguire has this year. Fofana's been really good. I viewed Harry Maguire as a fractional upgrade on Wesley Fofana, but no, not in the end he hasn't. Although, admittedly, there's not much between them. But the lineup will be Xhaka in goal, Meza, Romero, Fofana and Aarons, Burge and Brozovic, Neymar with the protective equipment, Maddison, Martial and Calvert-Lewin. I've now looked at those numbers. It's 47 goals between Martial and Calvert-Lewin. Quite the partnership. Also, James Maddison's forgotten everything he knows about this role, apparently again. It's the only role he's played all season. Same with Dominic. Same with Sander Burge. Actually, he might have played box-to-box at one point, but apparently they don't know how to play football again. Or Fofana, for that matter. Never mind the fact he's been on the right-hand side of the defence for the past 3 years. Like, your role doesn't matter what the roles of people ahead of you are doing. Your role's exactly the same, mate. So there's our lineup, complete with all the warnings for yellow cards. I never know what the symbols mean. I think one of them is goal scorer and one of them is like key performer or something like that. They're just something to do with performers anyway. The star has got to be some kind of key performer situation. But away we go, and well, nothing's happened early on. I actually had put Ramsdale on the bench for this important fixture. It is interesting how familiar the Manchester United lineup is. They've got Henderson in goal, of course. Not necessarily the starter now, but he's there, as that went close. Tellez and Wan-Bissaka already there. Pogba already there. Bruno already there. Rashford and Amad Diallo is obviously a fixed signing for January, already in the game. And he's now there in real life, of course. It's only really the centre of defence and the striker role that's changed. And arguably, that's the roles that need to improve for Manchester United. So irritatingly, the AI has done very good things with Manchester United as Marcelo Brozovic makes it 1-0 against this improved Manchester United side. Yeah, defence of Lenglet and De Vrij, whichever. That is definitely an improvement on what they've got so far. Brozovic, though, cuts that defence apart with his run there and very much box-to-boxes to perfection. Matthias Enrique in that middle of the midfield as well. New. I don't know the bench situation. I don't know if that's got many different players. But at half-time, I'm very glad I included some form of Porto highlights because not a lot's happened here. Pretty certain that first half had 2 highlights, one of which was the goal, but we're starting the second half off with one. Rashford, booked, on the edge of the box. There's Kane, dealt with. Great save by Xhaka as, naturally, a great tackle results in them retaining possession. I've said it before in various episodes on this save and on FM20 as well, as Lenglet actually nearly scores, but Max Aarons on the post clears that. Like I said, I've said it previously in across saves. I feel like the game doesn't know what to do with loose balls a lot of the time. Situations where there would just be massive ricochets and the ball would just fly off wildly off a player, tackled into space. I feel like the game doesn't know what to do with that quite a lot of time and instructs the ball to go to a player or the nearest player, which is more often not on the same side as the person who's just been tackled. And Martial nearly goes in. Calvert-Lewin misses an open goal. Like, probably wasn't expecting the ball to come to him there, but the game happened and he missed an open goal. Curtis Jones is on for Neymar. I think they're regarded with the same star rating, which is quite bizarre. Even weirder the fact we keep getting for 20 grand a week. Yeah, they are. They're both 4 stars. Maddison tired as well. We'll see Palacios come in there. I've started training him in that position. I've not also started the game up again, but I've started training Palacios in the position. He doesn't have any natural ability over there yet. So I've started training him in it. I should have said Jota, we already know, I think, had a big injury. I think that was in a previous episode, but Gallardo's also out. As this has not got a lot of time left, Meza on a 6.5 might see Ruggieri come in for 2 minutes of injury time. I didn't realise how late the game was. This might be a very tense affair, although, realistically, looking at the XG there and the shots on target, we had a lot that we didn't actually see, apparently. Although I imagine quite a lot of that XG was Calvert-Lewin missing an open goal. But it doesn't matter. Brozovic, the decider, apparently, as Xhaka, the captain, will lift this cup aloft, and that completes the cup trifecta, at the very least, with the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup now. All that remains domestically is the Community Shield, remarkably. We've had 2 attempts at that, and we've lost both of them. And it's number 16 doing the cartwheel. I'll check who that is afterwards. Or I can do it now. That is Max Aarons doing the cartwheel. One of my favourite things about FM21, the completely pointless cartwheel during the celebrations. We all love it though, don't we? We all love it. Quenna Hadabase just shouts, scenes! Yes. I'd argue that should be singular, but okay. Just one scene, really. And a massive £111,000, which will pay for about 2/3 of Neymar for a week. That really needs to be more, let's be honest here. And the good news is, no matter what, we've got Euro Cup 2. How does it feel to secure qualification to the Euro Cup 2 for the first time ever? Alright, that's got to be a bug, surely? Alright, it's a really exciting time for all of us, and I'm really looking forward to a new experience, he says, still in the Champions League. Speaking of, the second leg of that Porto tie actually precedes the Liverpool League game, so pretty obvious where we're going to come back next, I think. Yeah, right there, right then. Although, Manchester City follows Liverpool. So, a 2-0 away leg at Porto, already in the bag. I mean, it would be a royal mess up if we messed up the second leg. You know what? It's probably going to be as much of a surprise to you as it will be to me which two of those three I decide to do. Whether it's going to be Porto-Liverpool or Liverpool-Manchester City next time out. We'll see very soon, I guess. I don't know where the next round of the Champions League comes in, if we do get to it, so that might factor in as well once I work that one out. But until then, thank you for watching. Ta-ra.